What's up, Heralds, and welcome back to yet again another book review. I just finished David Sodergren's Hard Luck Jenny. This is not going to be a long review because this book only has 13 chapters. And I'm going to try to keep this review very mild, very simple, and very short because there's so much. If I say too much, it'll lean into spoiler territory. Remember, 13 chapters. But before we get into all the good, the bad, and the ugly, let me give a little bit of plot of what this book is about. This book tells the story about a man named Dennis who's on his way away from his mother's house to go home in Scotland. And he has to use the bathroom really, really bad because poor old Dennis, his bladder is not very strong. He cannot hold his pee for a second, let alone a few minutes. And so he pulled over at this random bar that seems to have some very strangeness about it. Some lady named Jenny and her people is holding him there. And from there on out, Dennis finds himself in a very weird cat and mouse game that he don't quite understand how the F did he get into this situation. Okay, so to kick things off with the first pro, remember, a very short review. To kick things off with the first pro, I would have to say I love the way this story is written. It's very campy, it's very cheesy at times, it's very funny, it's serious, and it's unserious all at the same time. And I know that's very hard to thought right out the gate, but remember, it's a very short book. So if I say too much, spoiling, right? But yeah, like I love how David wrote this book. It's very simple, it's serious, it's campy, it's cheesy all at the same time. And you find yourself rooting for Dennis in this situation. Little by you know, this situation only gonna get worse the longer Dennis stay there. Another thing I like about the fact is that this is a very small book. And this book triggered my anxiety through the roof. Every chapter that I read, my anxiety got worse and worse and worse and worse. Every single time I kept reading the book, I didn't want to put it down. I finished this book in one day. I finished it yesterday in one day at the time of me recording this video. In one day. And holy crap, this is one of those books where once you start reading, you're never going to put it down. Remember, 13 chapters. I have to keep saying that because you might watch this review like you didn't really review the book. It's 13 chapters. I can't spoil too much. And another thing I like about this book is poor old Dennis. I love how Dennis is in this situation and he tried everything in his power to get out of the situation, but he just finds himself right back in every situation that you as the reader is like, dude, just do something. Get out of this situation that you're in. And no matter what Dennis does, it seems like the situation he's in always have a plan after plan after plan after plan. And I do like how David wrote Dennis in this book. Dennis is one of those characters where you like, I wish I could jump in this book and save this guy. But little by you know, you might end up getting caught in this situation in the book. And another thing I like about this book is how short it is. This is one of the shortest David Sodergren book he's ever written, at least from what I saw over on his website and on Instagram. And this is one of the shortest ones. And I like the fact that this is a very quick, simple read. It doesn't take that much effort, that much time to really build character, build the plot, build situation, and then explain what's going on in the book and then execute. But I would say at the end of the book, it's one of those, it's one of those endings where you go like, really, David? Really? But you know what? My overall thought is that this little book gets a 5-star. Yeah, it gets a 5-star right out the gate. It's a immediately 5-star. If you want to read this book, it's only 120 pages. Buy it on Amazon for for $12.99, it's worth it. I promise. It's completely worth it. It's a very quick read. You can read it in one sitting, literally in one sitting. You can just be walking around, cleaning up or whatever, just reading the book, and bam, you'll be done with it. But yeah, so that's going to wrap up my review for David Sodergren's Hard Luck Journey. If you want to get in touch with your boy, remember, social media link will always be in the description down below. And I hope to catch you HELLRAISERS in my next video. But before I let you go, make sure you consider dropping a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that bell notification so when I drop another lit video for the channel, you'll be the first one to get it. Peace.